My husband told me we couldn't afford a new water heater. 3 weeks later, I found a $4,000 wire transfer to someone I'd never heard of. Let me back up because this didn't start with the wire transfer. It started about a year into our marriage when I realized his college friend Marcus wasn't just a friend. He was a financial dependency I was expected to quietly absorb. The first sign was small. My husband covered Marcus's bar tab because he'd forgotten his wallet. Then it was gas money. Then a short-term loan never mentioned again. Each one came framed as temporary, as obvious, as something I'd understand if I just knew what Marcus had been through. He used that line constantly. If you knew what Marcus had been through. Like Marcus's history was a password I'd never be given access to. I brought it up after the third time in 6 months. Said it felt like I was managing a budget for 3 people while only being informed about 2 of them. My husband told me I was being resentful towards someone I barely knew. He said Marcus had always had it hard, and that real loyalty meant showing up. I let it go. I kept letting it go. The woman at our bank branch recognized me from a neighborhood block event. She greeted me by name when I came in about a billing error, and while pulling up the account, she made a small sound and said, "Oh, you've been busy this month." She caught herself immediately. Didn't say more, but I saw her eyes move to the screen with the particular careful blankness of someone who's just realized they've said too much. I pulled the full records at home that night. 2 transfers in 6 weeks. One for $1,500, one for $4,000. Both to the same account under a name I didn't recognize. A name I traced within an hour to a business LLC Marcus had quietly filed 2 months earlier. I left the laptop open on the kitchen counter when my husband got home. He looked at it. He said Marcus had a real opportunity in front of him and needed bridge funding, then asked if I had actually gone through the account like that. I asked if he was seriously questioning my methods right now. He said I didn't understand how business worked. I told him I understood exactly how our savings worked, and that 5,500 fewer dollars were in them than should have been. He said I was making it about money when it was about loyalty. I asked him loyalty to whom exactly. He walked out of the room. We didn't speak about it that night, or the one after. 6 months earlier, I'd been approved for a small business grant through a local women's entrepreneurship program. I delayed using it because my husband kept saying the timing wasn't right, too many variables, wait until things stabilized. I had listened. I stopped listening. I moved the grant funds into a personal account and signed a studio lease the following week. I didn't announce it. I just did it. 2 months later, at a program networking event, a woman asked if I knew someone named Marcus. He had applied to the same grant program for a second funding round and listed my husband as a co-applicant on his business filing. When the committee cross-referenced financials, they found my husband's name connected to both applications simultaneously. They sent him a formal letter requesting written clarification on a potential conflict of interest. He had to explain in writing that he had no involvement in my business, that he hadn't known the details of my application, that his wife had built something without him being aware of it. I don't know exactly what he wrote in that letter. I know he called me twice the afternoon it arrived, and I let both calls go to voicemail. I know Marcus's application was declined. What I do know is that my studio has 4 clients. The lease is in my name. The business account is mine alone. He still sends Marcus money. I know because I no longer have visibility into that account either. Some things don't end with a conversation. They just quietly become the shape of your life. And one morning you look around and realize you've already made every decision that mattered. You just hadn't said it out loud yet.